Hello everyone, my name is Roselle and welcome to my channel. Happy Halloween! October is my favorite month of the year for many reasons, but one of the obvious ones you could probably guess is Halloween and everything that comes with it, namely the costumes, the spooky nature of it, the general occult aspects, etc. And yeah, you saw the title. I thought it'd be fun to share my personal experiences or scary stories about growing up in my self-proclaimed, allegedly haunted childhood house. So I feel like I've mentioned this somewhere before, and it should be pretty obvious now, but I do believe in ghosts. I am a believer of spirits. But that being said, I am also very skeptical. And what I mean by that is if I hear unexplained noises or something falls inexplicably, I will try to explain it. The house is settling, my vibrations made it fall, there's a draft, there's animals on the walls. I will do everything in my power to try and explain the unexplainable with something tangible or scientific before I concede that it was something paranormal. And that is because it scares me. I do believe in good and bad spirits or energies, but it doesn't matter which one knocks the water off my desk, I'm gonna be scared. Anyways, there's no particular order to these stories, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the first one. So this first story happened when I was in high school and me and my friends were playing hide and seek, but we would play a version of hide and seek that we called just Last of Us hide and seek, based off of the titular video game The Last of Us. The only difference is basically it was dark hide and seek, so we would play it in the dark. Where I lived, once it was dark out and we turned off all the lights in the house, it was pitch black inside, and we wouldn't use flashlights like you normally would, but instead the seeker would be like a clicker. And so they would go around trying to find the hiders, but making essentially clicker noises or like grudge noises, general monster noises, and we tried to find the hiders through like sound. So the hiders could move around and whatnot, but you risk making noise, tipping off the seeker, because we really couldn't see in there, but my house wasn't so crazy that we couldn't just get around anyways. I was normally the seeker just because I like to scare people and my friends liked being scared, but this particular hide and seek session, my friend wanted to be the seeker, and they didn't make the monster noises or anything because that wasn't their jam, and that's okay. But basically there was 3 of us playing, and I decided to hide in the living room and my other friend decided to hide in the kitchen. And so the seeker came from the hallway and started heading towards the kitchen, and as we would normally do, I decided to try and help my friend in the kitchen by distracting the seeker. So I threw something to make some noise and try to get them to come towards me, and so hopefully give my friend some time to escape or go hide somewhere else. And I heard the seeker walk out of the kitchen, and while I didn't hear them necessarily walk towards me or come next to me, I felt them kneel down next to me, but they weren't tagging me out. So I reached out like this, because again I can't see, and I touched nothing. There was nobody there. So I immediately got up and I was like, guys, ended the game. We were done for the night. But I just remember how distinctly I felt, I swear, they had come out of the kitchen, knelt down next to me, but then that was it. And there was nothing there. And then I went and tried to touch them and didn't touch anybody or anything. Yeah, that one doesn't sound really scary now that I like say it out loud, but it's just the feeling, I guess. Like, even though I didn't see anything, I didn't really necessarily hear anything that I remember, but it's the feeling I got. Like, I felt a presence coming towards me and then next to me, but it wasn't tangible. And that's kind of the theme, I feel like, for a lot of these stories. You're just gonna have to take my word. I mean, I guess that's every ghost story. You just kind of have to believe what people are saying. I swear I felt something, and that's why this one kind of sticks out to me, because I didn't understand and I couldn't explain it like a draft or something like that, because it was just the way that like my instincts felt, I guess, like my internal, like I couldn't explain that unless like I was crazy. I'm totally not crazy, guys. Yeah, so that's the first one. I mean, we played hide and seek a lot, and like I said, we would play it in the dark most of the time, and that wasn't the only instance of something happening, but that's the only one like that I truly like felt happened, or something that happened to me. Like my friend who we were playing with, who was the other hider, not the seeker, one of these other times we had played hide and seek, she swore up and down, and she's not really like one to make believe. Like in my parents' room, they had this like stack of clothes, and on top of it was this teddy bear, and it had not moved or anything for days, and we were playing hide and seek using their room too, because I don't know, my parents were gone or whatever, and the teddy bear fell, and it really spooked her. Like I said, swears up and down that it fell on its own, and she wasn't even close to the pile. There was no reason for it to have fallen, but I was the seeker in that one, and so I didn't get to experience it, but she says that happened, and that was in my house. So in general, I think if you're playing hide and seek in the dark, you're asking for something to happen. I have not played it in a long time, and I don't know if I will, because I am a scaredy cat. But anyways, the second story I have to talk about is probably the craziest sounding one, but also most likely the one that did not happen or was not a real like experience. I'll explain. But when I was very young, like single digits, probably was under 5. This is like memories that are so fuzzy in and out, but it's something that has literally stuck with me from that age to 24 plus. I'm assuming it was a dream, and because I was such a young kid, I couldn't really comprehend the difference between that and real life, I guess, but it did not feel like a dream, but I cannot imagine it not being a dream because of what happens. But essentially, I'm gonna say I dreamt, but again, it felt so real. It was so incredibly real, and in my memory, it feels so real. It did not feel like a dream, but it's literally could not be anything otherwise. Like I said, I am coping. It also doesn't make any sense because anyways. So when I was very, very young, I think I dreamt that there was a mummy. There was a mummy that had crawled out of our septic tank in my front yard and started walking towards the house. And here's another reason why I feel like it's a dream, because I don't remember going from the front door where I'm seeing this mummy walk towards the house to the next scene where I am in front of my parents' door. I'm assuming it's because I'm trying to get in there to be safe or let them know, but for whatever reason, I don't open the door, and I think it's because when I look at the doorknob, I can see in the reflection of the doorknob behind me at the end of the hallway, the mummy is in the house and he's walking across the hallway. And I think I was just so frozen in fear. I didn't want to open the door and let him know that I was there or what. And also, thinking back to it now as an adult, maybe it wasn't a mummy because it crawled out of the septic tank. Maybe they're just covered in toilet paper and shit from that. I'm pretty sure there's no history of mummies being in Hermiston ever. I don't think I was experiencing a mummy poltergeist in the area or whatever, but I just remember how back then and in my memories today, it did not feel like a dream. It did not seem like a dream. It felt like real life, but it literally could not have been. I rebuke it. But yeah, I don't know if that really counts as a scary story, but again, because it felt so real and I at the time did not believe it was a dream, it was because the house was haunted and we had a mummy ghost. My next story is something that started when I was young and actually continued all the way through until last few years of high school / moved out. And I think this one is due to miscommunication, and also I do believe in that your energy that you put into something can really affect an object or just your life in general. So I think it's that, or the miscommunication plus that creates this next story. So in my room, I had a cabinet / closet space that I just essentially never used because I was convinced it held a dark evil spirit. It was so bad, I convinced my niece and my nephew and my friends to just never touch it, never open it, because if they did, they would unleash hell upon this earth. But what happened was, when I was very young, I had opened it up for the first time that I could remember. And it was fine and dandy, whatever. But then later on, I don't remember the time frame really, but I heard my mom talking to my dad in the kitchen. And I don't clearly remember what she was talking about, and I'm pretty sure she was just talking about something random, but for whatever reason in my little kid head, I had twisted whatever she was talking about around, because basically she was talking about how she had seen something. I don't know if she was talking about seeing something in my room, or if she saw something in a different room, or if she just saw like something totally normal in life. She's just talking about seeing something and it wasn't ghost related at all. But because I had just opened that cabinet and then I heard her talking about her seeing something, I just, in my little kid head, connected the dots and assumed that because I had opened the cabinet, she had saw like a ghost or something evil in my room, because she seemed very concerned about whatever she saw. I don't remember. Again, it could have been something totally like based in real life, like she saw a car crash or something, and that's why she sounded so upset. Essentially, in my head, my little kid self, I was like, I have unleashed something. I did something bad. And so from then, which again, I must have been single digits also, to like my last couple years of high school / when I moved out, that cabinet freaked me out. It was definitely a real thing that I was afraid of for years. I never put anything in there after that. So whatever was in there was locked away for good until I moved out. And also, again, last couple years of high school, I kind of grew out of that, I guess. And I was like, there's really nothing wrong here. And I think I just misheard my mom all those years ago. But that cabinet, due to the immediate fear and energy that I put into it from that miscommunication, became evil. It exuded evil. It exuded just bad energy. Anytime my friends would ask, or my family would ask what's in it, I would say nothing, don't open it, like there's a ghost in there, there's something evil in there. And they obviously would think I was crazy, but they, would be like, what? But I was so adamant. And one time, I think either my niece or nephew, or it was one of my friends, I don't really remember, had opened it for like a split second, and I started bawling. I was so afraid. I was like, what have you done? I would start crying. And I think that's what convinced them, because they didn't really mess with it after that. But if you're one of those people that knows about this cabinet and you know about how fucking scared I was of it, now you know it was literally just because I thought grandma or my mom had said something like bad about seeing something in my room, because I opened it and then immediately I just assumed it was Pandora's box. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to my childhood home is the room across from my room. I don't necessarily have a specific story regarding this room. This, I would argue, is the most haunted room in the house. So this room was my middle sister's room, and herself in general, she's very spiritual / she 100% believes in ghosts too. She said she's seen some shit. I don't know how much of it I can believe, or because I know she likes to lie, or not that she likes to lie, but she likes to tell stories. She's like me, she likes to scare people. She thinks it's fun. But I do think that she had experienced things in this room, and my niece, who lived in that room, also experienced things. I'd actually called her while I was scripting for this video to ask, because I remember her experiencing some pretty crazy stuff, but after we talked, we both agreed it was probably her own issues. And what I mean is like sleep paralysis and seeing things in that sleep paralysis. She has this great story about the nun choking her out, which cracks me up. And I wish I had recorded that because she tells it so well, but we both agree that that room is not haunted by the nun from the movie The Nun. But there's definitely an entity in there. My belief is that it's the spirit of a girl or something trying to be perceived as a girl, and it is not a good spirit. It's not a good energy in that room. I don't think my sister had good vibes from that room. In fact, I would love to call her and ask about this.
Hello.
Are you busy?
What's up?
Okay, I just had a question about your old room at the house.
Yeah, why?
Do you feel like it's haunted? Do you think it's haunted?
It is haunted.
It is? Why do you feel like that?
Because I always have a nightmare there when I sleep by myself.
Really? But you don't have like nightmares all the time, but in that room?
Yeah, but then my nightmare will be the same ghost that come and see me.
Really? What did the ghost look like?
It's a lady who's burned up, and then she doesn't walk normal. She walk with 2 legs and 2 arms. She don't walk straight.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
Yeah, I think her leg was broken.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
I think it's gone now. It's because I don't know if you were there, but me, mom, and then we find a statue that buried under the ground in front of the house, and we broke it.
What?
You never heard about it?
No. I don't know about this.
I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think it's a statue of where you put in church.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Maria. I think it was like a.
Oh yeah.
Like a Lady Maria, whatever. Yeah.
It's weird that I feel like it's only was in your old room though. Like I feel like Anne's old room has ghosts, but I feel like they're like good ghosts.
And they have their limit. I don't know if you noticed, but ghosts can't go anywhere. Like they have their space limit, like how far they can go.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
They tie in that room. Maybe they put a spell and then just like you stay in this room, you're not coming out.
Oh, that's scary. I wanted to ask you because when she stayed in that room, she would get sleep paralysis and she would dream about a girl too.
Yeah, it's a lady. There's a lady goes in there, so I don't know what happened to her or how she get in there. It doesn't mean that she died in there, but she probably followed like
somebody else, and they left her there or something.
And she got lost. She can't get back.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Are you with Tyler?
No, he's playing games out there. I just wanted to borrow his phone because my phone is dead. Oh my gosh, don't say that. She likes to scare people. Okay, I gotta let you go. You're making me scared. Anyways, now that I've scared myself, yeah, that room also has just weird stuff about it. My parents had built onto the house because they used to stay in the room that I stayed in. So the room that was my sister's room has like an outline of a door, and nobody knows, because I guess I could probably ask my parents, but nobody younger than my parents knows about what's behind that door really, and so it's just kind of this creepy little mystery. Anyways, hopefully you heard all of that. That was way scarier than what I remembered. Whether we can believe her or not, up to debate. She's a very good storyteller. But I do remember her actually saying that, so I don't think she's lying about that. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I have. I definitely had other experiences, but nothing that really stuck out like these ones to me. There is this, I guess, like a bonus story. There was this one time when I was at the house all by myself. I did have my dog with me, and I heard like rustling in the kitchen, something playing with a plastic bag, and I assumed it was my dog. And then the rustling stopped, and my dog walked out of the hallway. And so I immediately freaked out because I assumed it was my dog in the kitchen messing with some plastic bag. It was like very audible. Like I was hearing something mess with a plastic bag in the kitchen, and I was alone. And my dog walked out of the hallway, which is not the kitchen, and that one freaked me the fuck out. I called my mom. I was like, can I come to the restaurant? Or can somebody pick me up? I don't remember if I had my car yet or not. But I called her and I was like, I just heard this. I'm freaking out. I'm so scared. I think I'm gonna come to the restaurant. And she was like, calm down. My aunt did pass away very close to the time of this happening. So she was like, it's probably just your aunt coming to say hi. But I don't know about that. Like, why wouldn't she say hi to me? Why is she saying hi to the plastic bag in the kitchen? But that's another thing where it could have been like a mouse. I don't know. But that one did scare me a lot. I just think that one is kind of explainable. Like I said, it was probably an animal, or maybe it was over one of the vents. I was very scared though. That one scared me a lot. But yeah, I don't think those stories were like necessarily actually scary stories, but they were scary experiences for me personally growing up in my alleged haunted house, childhood home. I would bet money that that house is haunted. I mean, I haven't had investigators come out. Although, if the ghost investigation community is running dry of new areas, hit me up. I'm pretty sure my house is haunted. Although, I don't know if I want to know, because then I might not ever visit again. I didn't mention it earlier, but the house was built in the 40s, so that's 60 years of unaccounted history before my family came in. I'm not saying that the ghosts or specters in my house are particularly mean, because I feel like I would have experienced a lot more scary stuff. I think they're just kind of chilling in there. But I would love to know if you have any stories or experienced anything growing up in your house. If you do, please put it down in the comments below. I would love to read about it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to catch me tonight. I don't know how late it'll be, but I do plan on doing a Halloween stream, so I'll either be doing that by myself or with friends. Either way, it should be a good time. But yeah, have a spooky night and happy Halloween. My sister, man, she really got me. When it comes to fear, boy, I sure can dish it. But I can't take it.